I'm planning on canceling my PS Plus membership.
That's a good idea. I need to do that, man. I haven't even looked at it in months.
Yeah, mine is gonna expire in October, and I feel like I've played like less than 10 hours of PlayStation this year.
Right. Yeah, that's fair.
So it's just like, yeah, I should stop paying for this.
Yeah. I got it because I had you have to have it to play Gran Turismo, whatever that one was that you had to be online for. But I haven't even played that in like a year. So I'm like, what am I doing?
Also, the friends who I did used to play stuff on PlayStation with, they have all moved to PC.
Oh yeah,
So it's like,
there's no point.
yeah,
Did you get a PS5 or are you still on the PS4?
I still have a PS4. I want to get a PS5, but I don't want to pay that much money for something where I'm like, am I really going to use it that much?
Right. Yeah, because mostly we just use it to like watch like Netflix or YouTube or whatever. But the apps are so bad on the PS4 now because I don't think they're really doing much to support them. So it's
Hmm.
like it's just
What kind of
half the
TV do you
time.
have?
It's just not a Samsung, but it's the one of the Korean companies. I forget. Is it Samsung?
Okay.
Maybe.
Well, Samsung is Korean.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, I think it is a Samsung actually. Yeah, yeah. But yeah, I mean, I
Is
stream
it a
most of the stuff
smart
off my
TV?
phone. Yeah. But the control isn't great. The little remote's like too small and not really. It's hard to get what you want. So I just mostly just use my phone and just stream straight onto the TV.
Okay. Yeah, the remote for the Samsung TVs is really dinky.
Yeah. Got to get one of those universal remotes. That's something cool, like a
Hmm.
Harry Potter wand or
Something
something.
that's like just this giant brick.
There's a ton of buttons. I need more
Hmm.
buttons in my life.
It's like, does it look like a keyboard? Then that's not enough
Yeah.
buttons.
So I gotta I'm searching for stuff all the time. I don't know. Close something. I forget what this might have been. Oh yeah. Do you remember? I was trying to remember this. When we did the Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit marathon last year, I did
Hmm.
different snacks for every movie. Right. So I did. That was Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring. I did onion rings. The Fellowship of the Onion Rings. Then the Two Towers. I did the Two Sours, which was I think pickles and salt and vinegar chips. And then Return of the King was Return of the Burger King, so I ate a Whopper. The Hobbit,
I,
The
I,
Unexpected. What's up?
I can tell you that I have
No memory.
absolutely zero recollection of this.
I didn't make a big deal out of it. I think I just mentioned it at the beginning of each movie and then just snacked on it.
I do remember Lord of the Onion Rings
Ah,
or Fellowship of the Onion
right.
Rings.
And there's the unexpected jerky, then whatever the desolation of Smog was, and then the Battle of the Five Gummies. So I couldn't remember what the middle one was of the Hobbit movies. Desolation of what rhymes with Smog. I can't think of it. I think it was a stretch because obviously I'm not thinking of it now. Probably pretty
S'mores,
sweaty.
maybe?
Maybe I don't think I made s'mores though. I don't know, but I did want everyone to know I will be steaming my own hams on Saturday, July 1st. 12 hours of steam hams videos and raising money for the Hawaii Food Bank. And I will steam my own 12 different hams throughout the day and eat them in the style of various fast food restaurants around the island. I'm definitely not purchasing fast food and then passing it off as my own cooking, even though that would be delightfully devilish. Yeah. How are you, Chad? We talked about how you. Roy might be joining us tonight. I talked to him a little bit
Okay.
this weekend. He said he's going to try and join us, but if he's not this week, then definitely next week. So I'm assuming that it's already after 6:30. He's probably not going to be joining us yet. That's all right. Got the two of us. That's all we need.
Man, it is such a pain in the ass to look for old Facebook posts.
I am getting very close to just deleting Facebook off my phone at least, and just having it on the computer if I need it. I think
Well,
after the marathon, that's where I'm going to be. What's up?
I'm trying to look for what you posted last year when we were
Ah,
doing the marathon, so I could see the replay.
Right. Yeah, hopefully it would be in there, you'd think.
Oh, I'm sure it's there, but
Yeah.
it's just difficult to get at things.
Yeah, they've really made it harder to do anything. So yeah, I'm definitely on the road out of Facebook, I think, which is something I'm sure people have already been doing for a while. I'm a late
Which is
comer to
funny because Twitter is a shit show now.
that. It's true. Yeah, I think I'm just I'm Twitch and then maybe a handful of Discords, a growing number of Discords that I am on.
I like Discord, but it just feels too fragmented.
Yeah, you really have to find the right ones. A lot of them are just not great. There's no sense of community or anything.
Okay, well it doesn't appear to be on the YouTube.
Oh, interesting.
Where would
It may have
where
been
else would
it may
Dave?
have been on my personal YouTube is probably where it is, or on the What's Up with That Bro YouTube.
I'm looking at the What's Up with That Bro
Oh,
one.
okay, so maybe it's on the Apollo Koala then maybe. No, I don't think we had Apollo Koala back then. That was 2 years ago. Because last year was Spider-Man. So yeah, we're 2 years away. That's what it is. Too.
Oh, is it 2 years ago? Maybe
Yeah,
it's there then.
yeah. Last year was Spider-Man.
Now, it's the. I don't think so.
I'm sure I'll think of it later on. Tonight when I'm trying to sleep, I'll think back
Oh,
to now when I felt foolish. I hate to be wrong or to not remember something. Anyways, we're doing our Simpsons bracket. Is it it's week 23? The number 23. We just
I
talked
thought
about that recently. What's up?
that we were talking about the number 23 last week
Oh no.
because you said it was week 23.
Uh-oh. Or is that this is week 23?
Are we having a Groundhog Week?
It could be. Let me check. Okay, so last week was matchup 23, week 22. That's why we were talking about it. This week, this is the 24th matchup, but it's the 23rd week of the tournament because the first week was a bye week, or the first matchup. So we started our first week with number 2, and this is only going to get more confusing as we go on. Well, I mean, it'll just be off by 4 after we pass the 4th bye week, whenever that is.
It's probably just best if you never look at what the matchup number is,
It's true.
and you only look at what week it
Yeah,
is. Because you never announce which matchup it is.
that's true.
You only
Who
announce
knows?
which week it
Yeah.
is.
There was the week that we're talking about, it, not the actual number of calendar weeks, because we've missed a couple here and there, and we're going to continue to do that. So it's fine. It's better that way. Yeah, this is week 24. If anybody, this is week 24. I'll adjust the Venn diagram accordingly. Yeah, got Lisa the Simpson, our first episode tonight. Do you remember that when that one came out? I remember that one being a very good episode.
I think I remember watching it when it first came out, but I couldn't say for sure.
Right. I think when was this? I usually have the Simpsons wiki pulled up, but I didn't right this second. March 8th, 1988. 1998. 1998. March 8th, 1998. A lot of 8s on that. Or 2 8s.
Oh yeah, Lord of the Rings was the one where I was putting my desk together.
Oh, that's right. I remember. That's why you weren't paying attention to what I was eating. You were busy doing things, building things with your hands, like we used to do in America. That gets covered in the Simpsons song I listened to today. That's what's on my mind. Goodbye to the Middle Class, which I don't think we're going to be covering in our tournament. It's a later season episode. But this one's not. These are the Simpsons from season 9. No chalkboard gag. Go straight to the The couch gag where everybody turns into vegetables. That's funny. I think Lisa's head becomes a pineapple, and I don't know about you. I've got a potted plant where you can cut off the top of a pineapple. You know this, Chad, and just take that top of the pineapple and stick it in a pot, and then 2 years later you'll have a pineapple. And this is the second generation of us doing that. It's been about a year, almost 2 years since we got the first pineapple. We did it, I guess, 4 years ago when we moved in. Was it 4 years already? Yeah, we did
How
it.
much of it do you need to rebury?
I think like the top inch. I mean, really, I think it's just the green part, honestly, because because like it comes off the top, right? You cut the top off, and there's also like other little bunches that I've got sitting in water that are also growing that I need to
Hmm.
put in some dirt. So I think if it's really just the green part of the top, you can do it. But I think I've read you're supposed to cut like the first top inch off or something. You don't need a lot because that's the part that's going to keep growing is the blades of grass. Whereas all the juicy parts, that's just food.
Are you sure you ate something?
That I ate something? Oh,
Yeah.
for distillation of smog? Or was
Yes.
that my des, des what's a word that sounds like desolation but means to be hungry? I don't think.
Starvation?
Yeah, the starvation of me. That's too clever. I wouldn't have thought of that, but that would have been a good idea. I think I just got
Because
tired
I'm
of
like
eating too
skipping
much.
ahead like 3 or 4 minutes at a time,
Right.
and I never see you eating.
Maybe it was a drink.
Oh, possibly.
'Cause I
Uh,
know.
I know that
Oh.
I'm eating during this one because you can see me drop like half my head out of frame and see my mouth moving.
Yeah, we just hear the sucking sounds. One of those videos. Oh, I wonder what I was eating. A mystery. It's gonna keep me up all
Also, at one point, I fully fell asleep.
night. That was a long day, man. All
Like, like this in my chair.
yeah. Six regular movies would be 12 hours. Six Lord of the Rings and Hobbit movies that took us 15, 16 hours.
Hmm. And we saved all the worst ones for last.
Yeah, that was a bad idea. At least for steamed hams, there's no worst ones, and it's gonna be on shuffle, so who knows what'll happen. But even the bad ones will only be like 3 minutes long, except for the 1 25-minute one where time just slows down and keeps slowing down. That'll be a good time for us to catch up on something. Saturday, July 1st.
Is that when we're going to do it? Saturday the 1st?
Yes.
Hey,
Oh,
In case you want to watch it to figure out what it was.
ah, we'll do that tonight.
I
Quick.
just used Facebook search and I looked up David K. Jones marathon.
Oh, there you go. Because I've never ran an
Yeah,
actual marathon, so that'll.
yeah, there was a lot of them. So,
We did a lot in 2020.
oh, it wasn't just I. It doesn't give it to you in order either.
Oh,
So
right. That's no
there's
good.
still like some scrolling that you have to do.
No, I'm glad I kept it. Oh, I haven't talked to Anthony the Grill in a while. I should ask him if he wants to. Anthony's one of those guys I only see or talk to once a year when it's to invite him
When
to.
it's marathon
Yeah,
time.
when it's marathon time. Ben St. John too, who just replied to me this afternoon that he's going to be down to join us. But yeah, all my friends I haven't seen in years because I just haven't made new friends in I don't know, 8 years.
Also, there's been that whole like COVID thing.
Yeah. That's what it is. We're making
Between
internet
COVID and
friends now.
people moving away, it's like it's rough.
Yeah, how many friends do you really need?
Honestly, like sometimes I feel like I got too many of them.
Yeah, it's a good problem to have. That reminds me of something that Mo says in the second episode tonight. He finds out to have a wingman, he needs to have a friend. And he goes, "Well, hold on, I gotta make a friend." It's like I can relate to that. Glad I don't need a wingman. We'll get to that.
But that's the next episode.
Yeah,
First, we're talking about Lisa the Simpson.
Lisa the Simpson.
Uh, March 8th, 1998.
Yeah,
I was gonna be 16 soon.
nice. So I would
I
have
was a
just
couple months
turned
away from my
30.
16th birthday.
Nice. Because 1988 was when Dirty Work came out. I'm trying to find the release date for Dirty Work.
The
June
very
12th.
important movie for you.
Yes, yes. And John Yabas.
Fundamental.
Yeah. I did the whole podcast of Dirty Work Minute. We talked about every single minute of Dirty Work. Just,
How did you guys end up choosing Dirty Work anyway?
I think I just chose it because I really liked it. And then I also knew that John Yabas was a big Norm Macdonald fan. So I was like, oh, well, he'll do it with
Hmm.
me. And
Yeah.
that's kind of what it was. Yeah, it's a great movie. But that came out in June 12th, so it was in post production, I'm sure, just being edited in the Bay, getting ready for full nationwide release. Yeah, 1988, good year for stuff.
So at the beginning of the episode, when Martin and Milhouse and Bart and Nelson and Lisa are all eating lunch together,
Yeah,
uh, I remember at the time thinking, "Huh, I don't think we've seen this before."
yeah, you don't see them all together. It's a strange grouping.
Yeah, it's a real contrived group, and after I don't know if we ever see a grouping like that again.
Yeah, because I can see also always Bart, Milhouse, and Lisa together. That's fine. But then either Nelson or Martin with them, but all five. You never see Nelson and Martin together unless it's the whole class or something.
Hmm.
But yeah, it was interesting, and they have to find the answer to the Picto puzzle. Let's share that so everybody can see. Did you figure that
From
out?
Professor Provolone.
Yes, Professor Boy, because it was from Lisa's her TV dinner, or whatever she brought
Hmm.
to school. So did you get a look at it and try to solve the puzzle?
I got to look at it, and I thought about trying to solve it, and then I was like, I'm pretty sure that uh, if I put the time into doing it,
Yeah.
I'll solve it, but I won't really solve it. At best, I'll remember what the solution was because
Ah,
I watched this episode before. So it's like unless you've never seen it before, that you're not like really solving it. At best, you're remembering what
yeah.
the solution was.
I think I thought that about other kinds of puzzles and things. But this one, it was surprised me when I saw the answer at the end because I was going to. I was like, oh, I should pause this and try to figure it out. But it just went by too fast, and I didn't want to go back. But yeah, now that I'm looking, I'm like, oh yeah, it's obvious, right? But I wouldn't even
Once
know to
once
do
you
that.
know, it's
Yeah,
very obvious.
just staring at it. I'm closing one eye, like that's gonna help me see the solution, but it's not. Yeah, it's you just cover up the left side of those symmetrical symbols, and it's just 1, 2, 3, 4,
Hmm.
5. Yeah, everybody gets it. Even
Yeah.
Nelson, Ralph, everybody. It's funny that Ralph tries to help because Lisa's in pain. I think that's what he says.
But you're suffering.
Suffering. That's it.
Now, now I kind of want to hear Ralph do Yoda's speech. The fear leads to anger.
Oh, that would be fun. We gotta figure out how to work AI to do that kind of stuff because I think that's something they could do pretty easy.
Oh, it's 100% possible. I just don't know how to do
Yeah,
it.
I just don't know how to do it. I gotta figure out which program to use and get an account or whatever. 'Cause, yeah, that's the voice changer I want more than anything. Not Darth Vader or Trump or something, but I want Ralph Wiggum.
I just want like a whole library of Simpsons characters.
Yeah, really, if we could do the whole thing.
Like if you can get like a whole library of Simpsons characters, then you can write an episode yourself
Oh,
and do an audio play.
yeah, that would be fun. We could do that. That's a thing we could do. could do a
Write an
12-hour
episode of
long epic.
Simpsons.
Yeah. Make all of our friends do it and then just read them for 12 hours. I think that would be very fun.
It would be hilarious if we wrote it
Yeah.
during the stream, and
Oh.
then we cast our friends during the stream, and then had them learn their parts during the
Yeah, and
stream.
then they perform it right there at the last hour at
Yeah,
2 o'clock in the morning on the East
or
Coast.
the last 22 minutes.
Right. Oh, yeah. Yeah, yeah. That would be fun. We could do that. So I think we could do it in less than 12 hours. We're going to do it in 8. Be home in time for dinner. Yeah.
I think that the uh, trying to figure out the concept of the episode and the actual writing of it would probably take the longest time.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Unless we're gonna do it like what's the guy who wrote the Seinfeld?
Oh, Larry David.
Yeah, what's his show?
Curb
Curb
Your
Your
Enthusiasm.
Enthusiasm.
Yeah, I've only watched like one full episode of that. It's funny. I just never got into it.
But if we do it like Curb Your Enthusiasm style, where all we do is come up with the basic plot and some beats,
Yeah.
and then everyone just sort of improvises the rest of it and tries to hit the plot beats.
Yeah, then we could do it in just we could do it in an hour. We could do one an hour.
Yeah,
Yeah, we could do that. These are all great
at
ideas.
that point, we should just invite friends on and just be like, "All right, pitch us an episode."
Yeah. Then we're gonna do it. We need the Simpsons voice changers.
Yeah.
So it's the technology is the only thing that's holding us back. And then give it another
Oh,
year, and we'll be there. Sure. I mean, the technology
I
exists now. We just have to get access.
I don't think that we're gonna figure it out in a year. Like when I
No.
say we're not gonna figure it out, I don't mean humanity.
Right.
I mean me and David.
No.
Like that's one of those things where we say that we're gonna do and we're
Yeah.
never gonna do
That's
it.
a lot of work because it's not only just getting people together for 12 hours, but like having them commit to an hour at a time or whatever, and
Hmm.
be on time and do the thing. It's doable. It's a lot more work than I probably want to do for these.
To do that, and on top of that, learn how to operate new technology.
Yeah.
It's a big ask.
So maybe not next year, but the year after. By the time we got 10 years of talking about The Simpsons every week,
Yeah.
eventually we'll be able to do it pretty easily. We won't even have real friends. We'll have AI friends come in and do it. We'll just sit and watch them.
At that point, we're probably gonna have to figure out how to animate it ourselves too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we could totally do that. We kind of motion capture us, but then just paste Homer's face on my body.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Or like have like some program with like character rigs for everybody.
Yeah, that'd probably be the way to do it.
I wouldn't. There's a part of me that feels like that's the kind of thing that they could make a product out of
Right.
and they would release, and there's a larger part of me that's like, I don't think that The Simpsons is a property that would do that,
Hmm.
or at least The Simpsons current era.
Right.
Maybe if the technology was there in 1998,
Yeah.
they might have done
They would have
that.
played with that, definitely.
Like they would have had a Simpsons make your own cartoonerator
Yeah. Is
or
that
Homer's cartoonerator.
yeah, it would be something like that. Go onto their website and it's a flash or a shockwave. Yeah, shockwave flash thing.
Mhm. And then you could like type in like a few lines, and then it would animate Homer walking onto the screen and saying it.
Yeah. It's a great idea for an app. You gotta just call it not the Simpsons though. The Samsons.
Mhm.
Thompsons.
The Simpsons.
Samsons. So get at us, app developers, and we'll cut you in a cut. Something funny happens when they're making fun of Lisa for not being able to get the thing. And she says she can't concentrate because all of Millhouse's cooties. He says it's called lice and it's nothing to be ashamed of. That's very funny.
I was waiting to
Yeah.
see whether or not there was anything further with that.
No, just saw
It's
that
just
in the thing.
that was kind of funny.
Yeah, it was funny. I liked it. And you see him scratching a little bit later. I'm like, yeah,
Hmm.
that's right. Forget cooties. That's like a whole thing.
Yeah, and never brought up again that Millhouse has lice,
He seems like a licey kid.
or as we know them in Hawaii, ukus.
Yes, Ukus. A great, great punk band. It's friends of Rory. The Ukus.
So yeah, because Lisa can't figure that out, and then she forgets about a project. Uh, she immediately catastrophizes everything and thinks she's getting dumber,
Yeah,
which Grandpa Simpson absolutely,
agrees with.
uh,
Yeah.
yeah, he tells her like, no, no, that's a thing.
Yeah, he takes her up to the attic and shows off Homer's spelling bee championship picture when he goes, hey, he used to be smart as a monkey. Now he's as dumb as a chimp. And then shows Bart's test papers and how they've gotten worse and worse over time. He goes, man, Bart, when he was your age, he was smart as a chimp. So it's very funny. A round of nonsense words to say, I guess. That was very fun.
Hmm. And he's only 2 years older than her.
Yeah. Perpetually. So yeah, it's such a crazy thing to think about. When you're a kid, that's like a huge difference. As you grow
Hmm.
older, you don't even realize it.
Yep.
2 year difference. Because I think we just figured out that's about where you and I are. 2 year
Something like
difference.
that.
Yeah. What was I gonna do? Oh
That
yeah.
sounds about right.
Yeah.
Maybe three. I don't know.
Yeah. 2.5 ish. Because you're a May spring baby, and I'm a January kid. That makes sense. What am I looking for? But the B story in this episode is God, what's his name? Oh, I forgot.
Apu.
Yeah, Pooh. But who's the old man that's not Grandpa Simpson? The guy he's always with.
Jasper
Jasper.
Beardley,
That's right, Jasper.
which I only know because I have the wiki open.
Ah.
Otherwise, I would never have remembered his last name.
I was gonna say this was my Freaky. I pulled 3 Freaky Acts for this episode because I have to screenshot anything that's the ice cream related all the time. But he's emptying out the ice cream freezer, putting all the Haagen Dazs on the counter, and Apu says, "Oh, looks like somebody's Haagen Dazs ice cream," but in the Apu accent. Yeah,
And he laughs to himself and says, "Ah, I should write this stuff down."
Yeah. You should.
Well, we did it for you, Apu.
Yeah. Someone's immortalized it.
But yeah, so Jasper locks himself into the uh, ice cream cabinet,
Yeah.
freezer
Yeah.
section,
Yeah, that's it. Freezer
which
section.
freezer section is cold. It's not like uh, cryogenic cold.
Yeah. Like it would take you a long time to freeze in there. And I think it would just kill you. But yeah, it's not that cold.
Yeah, I've worked in a convenience store before, and I've done inventory in a freezer.
Mm.
It's not that cold.
Yeah, you didn't.
It's very uncomfortably
Right.
cold. Like, usually when people were doing inventory, even in the just the regular refrigerated section,
Right.
like they would like put on a jacket and gloves and be like,
Yeah.
"Oh, it's so
It's
cold,"
cold.
and it's like, whatever. But the freezer's no joke, but it
Yeah.
is
It's
not.
literally freezing.
It is not going to turn you into a denizen of the future.
Right. Which, of course, this is The Simpsons predicting Futurama once
Hmm.
again. Well, I don't. I mean, a standard freezer wouldn't, but I guess at the Quickie Mart, maybe Apu bought a really cheap, crappy freezer that has crazy swings in temperature. That's my guess. Or maybe it was a
That would
used
explain
cryogenic
why
freezer.
he thought out on his own
Yeah,
too.
because nothing happened. I thought something was gonna like break, and then he would thaw out. But no, he just he just stops being frozen and walks out.
So Apu decides to run a freak show with Frozen Jasper as the main attraction,
Yeah.
but it also has things like a hat that says "Show me your."
Tie. Just so your tie. It's very funny.
Yeah, that was a really fun gag.
Yeah. Did you ever have a hat that said that, or a nudie pen, or any of those kind of like Big Johnson T-shirts? Makes me think of that.
I have gotten naked woman lighters before,
Nice.
where it's like you can flip the thing upside down and then the clothes come off, and it's just like, why would you make this for a lighter? You're
Right.
never gonna light anything upside down ever.
It's true. It's just for looking at it when you feel
Yeah.
like it. When you're just playing around, messing around. Just yeah, it's a fun party trick. That's all it's there for. Yeah, my grandpa had a T-shirt where it was a pocket T-shirt, and on the it was a woman's head on the top, and then on the pocket she was wearing a bikini. But if you pulled the pocket open, she was naked on the inside.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah. So my brother and I made sure to after our grandpa passed away, that was one of the few things that we made sure to get of his that nobody else seemed to want. Like, oh, this is meaningful to us. We have very clear memories of seeing this thing for the first
And I've never had a hat that said "Show me your tie."
time. No, I have not. Well, if you want to see
Uh,
someone's tie, you can kind of, if you know someone's wearing a tie, you can kind of see it.
yeah, but you really want them to take the tie out and wave it around a little bit.
Yeah. Do like a, oh, hey, boys. With the
Mhm.
tie. Dang
I I've never thought very hard about getting a shirt that's along those lines.
it. Mm,
You know, things like female body
right.
inspector or that kind of thing. Like I always look at those and it's just like, eh. I mean, I'm not against them. It's just like weird fratty novelty
Yeah.
bro shirts.
Yeah. Definitely
But
is that.
I'm also not going to pay money for it.
It's true. It's like when are you ever gonna wear it? And when you can be like, yeah, I'm really glad that I'm wearing this. It's just to wear around the bros when you go fishing or something.
Mhm. Also, I like never wear t-shirts anymore, basically.
Oh yeah.
Like, uh, I wear my work shirts on the days that I work,
Right.
and then once I get home and I'm changed, I don't leave the house again, generally.
Right. There's no one to show off your
Uh,
shirt. School too.
yeah, and then on casual day at work, I wear these Henleys. So that's every Friday,
Right.
and then the Henley sits on the back of this chair until Monday when I wear it to do the podcast.
Nice.
And it's like
I've been. I did.
that's about it.
Um.
I also
Yeah.
will wear it when I run out to do an errand over the weekend,
Right.
and then when I get back home, it goes back on the chair.
Dude, it has a place. There's a place for everything. Everything has a place, as organized people like to say.
hmm If I go out like all day on the weekend,
Mm,
then I'll have like a different new shirt
right.
that I haven't wore like 7 times for a total of 3.5 hours.
Yeah. Yeah. I've got a ton of t-shirts. Like I never. Yeah. I'll wear. Aside from like, I've got t-shirts like this one that I got from Ross for under $5 that I just wear like when I'm working out or like doing whatever with. And
Mhm.
then I have other t-shirts like, oh, these are my like my nicer t-shirts that I'll wear when I go out. But then I don't ever go out, so they're hanging up in the closet. Yeah,
Anytime you do go out, you're actually dressed up kind of nicely.
yeah. Just because I've got these clothes, I gotta wear them sooner or later.
hmm
So I've got my nice t-shirts that I wear, which aren't even that nice. But they're ones that I care about if I don't get them all sweaty. But yeah, Lisa thinks she's gonna be dumb.
Yeah, and
Oh,
she has a flash forward to being
oh
married
yeah,
to Ralph,
Ralph.
which usually it's Millhouse. in these nightmare futures.
Yeah, this is like even a worse one.
Hmm. She also develops a southern accent when
This is
she
unfair.
imagines her dumb future,
Yeah.
which is I I don't want to say it's offensive, although if you want to say that, that's totally fine. But it's definitely like, all right, come on, you guys.
Yeah, we already get it. She started in a trailer and morbidly obese with all these kids and married to Ralph. So the southern accents, yeah, unnecessary. I
It's
was
a
born
bit
in North
much.
Carolina. Yeah, but she,
North Carolina's not southern, but it definitely has an accent.
yeah, it definitely has an accent. Oh no, it's definitely a southern accent. Yeah, it's in the south. It's not the deep south. It's definitely the south.
Mm.
He at least learns about DNA from a Troy McClure video.
Where they never actually say what DNA stands for.
Yes. Do you know what? Can you say what it stands for off the top of your head? I was trying to remember, and
Deoxyribonucleic acid.
that's what I was like. D something R. I know because it's
These
RNA. D's
nuts.
D's nuts. Ah, that's what a DNA. D's nuts. Ah. Write that down. Putting that on the ticker. DNA. D's nuts. Ah. Ah. Did you know that one of the Star Wars games? I shouldn't be all capitalized like that. One of the Star Wars video games, like I don't know if it was Jedi Academy or something. One of those kind of
Hmm.
mid, early 2000s, late 90s first-person shooter Star Wars games. They had all the cheat codes for it, and the one that I remember is that it was D's nuts. But I was like, that can't be. I didn't know what D's nuts was even when it was there, but I was like, I don't think they would put this kind of thing in a Star Wars game. So it must be something. It's all one word. So maybe it's like D as nuts. I don't get it, but it's got to be something, right? Because they're not just saying D's nuts. That wouldn't be allowed in a Star Wars game, but it was.
Because it wasn't the people that made Star Wars that made the game.
Yeah, that's true.
It was a bunch of computer programmers
Yeah.
that made the game.
So maybe it was spelled with an S. I don't know.
Now I kind of want to
I want to find
try
out
and
what game
play
it is.
all of my old Star Wars games and then just type these nuts in all of them
Yeah.
just to see what happens.
Yeah, it was Star Wars Jedi Knight Dark Forces 2. That's what it was.
Okay.
Yeah. I would try. Yeah, always try that in every game. Just type it whenever in any
Any
game,
game
any
that has a
software.
cheat console.
Yeah. Or any sort of text box you can type something into. Let's try these nuts. So Lisa said she could fall for the ID's nuts joke in this episode, except that she does stuff like go to an art museum or watch a woman play jazz and like appreciates stuff, but then it's played as though she's being dumb. And like she's actually doing pretty good when it's like she just has a better grasp of these artistic things.
Hmm.
It doesn't seem dumb at all, even though it turns out like the one painting was made by the janitor and he put the original in his house. He's the dumb guy, or the one that's in the wrong. If she likes that painting, that doesn't make her dumb.
Yeah. And, like, who knows? Maybe the security guard is good at art.
Yeah, I mean they do that thing. Kind of pranksters do that all the time, right? In art galleries, they'll go and sneak something dumb or shitty into a art gallery, and people are like, "Oh, it's amazing," because it's in an art gallery, which makes it good. So people appreciating it, I don't think makes you dumb. I think the idea of an art gallery is, or an art museum.
Yeah. Do you agree with that?
With what?
That when people are like, oh, it's art, uh, art's modern art's kind of dumb.
Uh, I think it's like it gets overrated. I think it's crazy. People spend like $1 million for just a painting that's like 3 different colors splashed on a canvas or something. Um,
I think even if it's even if it's a classic painting by a long dead artist,
Right.
I still think $3 million is a bit much to
Yeah.
spend on it.
Right. I mean,
It's
really,
a
it's like
picture, for
yeah,
Christ's sake.
it's money laundering and showing off for rich people.
Mhm. I was just wondering because, like, when I was in fourth grade,
Mm,
uh, we were supposed to do a poetry thing
right.
where we learned about poetry and like the meaning of stuff and whatnot.
Right.
And then they're like, oh, for the project for this unit of our language arts class, we're gonna have you guys write poems. And I'm just like, poetry's stupid, art's stupid, everything that like these people are talking about, none of it makes sense,
Right.
and I'm going to prove how stupid it is. And I wrote a poem where I would say one thing and immediately contradict it in the next line, and I
That's
would do
art.
that over and over and
Yeah.
over throughout the poem. And uh it actually got entered into a contest and won. And I was just like, this proves it. This
No,
proves that it's all stupid.
that's what
But
good art is saying art is stupid, and people going, yes, you're right. You're such a great artist.
yeah, apparently the whole point about art is that it's supposed to have a message, even if the message is this is dumb.
Yeah. So you're saying something and you said it. That's what it's
Yeah.
all about.
I don't necessarily feel like that anymore. I am a little bit mature than I
Right.
was at 10 years old.
Yeah. But I mean, I, I don't think I could write a poem except about how I think poems are kind of dumb.
Yeah, you could write a haiku.
Yeah. But a good haiku is more than just the number of syllables, right? But I don't know. Poetry and
Death of
dance
the
are two things
author.
I can't really appreciate as much as I probably should as art forms.
Dance is one of those things where it's just like it's a lot like art where people look at the artistic one
Right.
and they're just like, what is this? Why can't you do something like some other thing? Like
Right.
if people are doing like hip hop or ballet or something, people are going to point at that and be like, oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And
That's like
then
dancing.
uh when people are doing like interpretive dance, they're
Right.
just like, what
I
is
don't get it.
this? That's like modern art
Yeah.
versus if you have like a painting that's like a person,
Yeah. Like
that's
it's like a good
clearly
looking
a
painting. Yeah.
likeness of a person.
It looks like the thing that you're painting,
Yeah.
or even if it has like symbolic meaning and stuff instead of it being more abstract and harder to
As
know what you're
soon
looking
as you
at.
start to get into symbolism, you start losing people.
Yeah.
Unless it looks realistic, like that, like that's the most appeal that you're gonna have, I think.
Yeah.
Like widest
Right.
audience.
Because people can look at it and yeah, okay, I see that it looks like the thing. I get
And
it.
any sort of deviance from that is when you start losing
Right.
people. And the further you deviate, until you get to the point where Chad says, "Art is stupid."
And he goes, yes, you're such a good artist, Chad. Now, how do you feel about that? You're my favorite artist.
I'm stupid. And Lisa thought she was stupid for most of this
She did,
episode.
but she was appreciating art. Watching buildings blow up, I don't think that's a stupid thing. I like watching buildings blow up.
Also, there was ironic humor value to some of the buildings blowing up. Like one of them was like a structural engineer's
Yes,
building.
that was very funny. It was the Leaning Tower Pizza, but like a pizza parlor based off it. And then
Hmm.
the House of Usher, which the only thing I know about the House of Usher is that it falls down.
Yeah,
I don't even. Is it? It's not. It's not a Shakespeare thing, is it?
The Fall of the House of Usher,
Yeah. I just want to know what it is. Quick.
a
Sad.
short story by Edgar Allan Poe.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. Everything I know about Edgar Allan Poe I learned from The Simpsons. Treehouse of Horror #1. When are we going to do that? When are we going to do a Treehouse of Horror? Oh, shit. Not next week, but the week after is our first Treehouse of Horror.
Is it the first Treehouse of Horror?
No, it's the 12th. But
Oh,
it's the
okay.
first for us in the tournament.
Yay! And
Treehouse of Horror
yeah,
#1
so
will be week 200.
So Lisa goes on the news to talk about treasuring your brain and thinking about things.
Yeah. She tricks her
And
way out on.
Homer's
That was my head.
Homer's very upset because she didn't want to eat any of the couch candy, and called him and Bart stupid.
Yeah. It's mean. It's
So
nasty.
he decides that he's going to prove to Lisa that being a Simpson doesn't mean you're dumb, and he invites all of the Simpsons from the Tri-City area.
Yeah. Which one? Well, so the three. It's got to be Springfield, Shelbyville, and then maybe New Ogdenville. I don't know. I don't know what the next nearest city is.
I don't know.
North Haverford, and then of course the third city from which monorail. I don't remember. I can never remember. There was a funny thing that I Frankie acted, but I didn't grab the text because I'm going to use it for an overlay one day. But when Lisa, she's on the TV and she starts talking about all the stuff she's going to do, and then one guy's like, "Okay, I'm gonna shut off her mic," and the other guy's, "No, let her talk. I'm trying to get fired." I laughed out loud. Very funny. Yeah, yeah, she does. Yeah, and Homer brings all these Simpsons, all these Simpsons that we never see again. I think any of these.
Probably not.
Yeah, probably not.
But my Frankiac was one of them.
Oh yeah,
Homer
yeah.
asks each of the Simpsons to tell Lisa what they do, and uh, they have like, I run an unsuccessful shrimp company. I shoot birds at the airport. Uh, I jump in front of cars and sue the
No,
drivers. Yada yada yada.
right,
And then the very end, the last guy is the one that I wanted a Frankiac of,
very good.
because uh, when Homer gets to him, instead of saying what he does for a living, he just says, "My legs hurt."
It makes you wonder why. Because has he been? Is it leg day at the gym? He's got a sweatsuit on, or is that a circulation thing? Who knows?
Maybe he was running. I don't
Yeah, it
know.
could be running. Who knows? He's just so dumb. He hits his own legs with a hammer. There's no way
Maybe he forgot the question by the time they got to him.
he wasn't paying attention. He was just thinking about how his legs hurt. Because he doesn't
Mhm.
professionally have his legs hurt, or do his? Is that his whole deal? Is that what it is? My legs hurt. That's what I do for a living. My legs hurt.
Mhm.
He's a kickboxer. His legs hurt people. He uses his
Mhm.
legs as a tool of
Or,
pain.
or a kickboxing trainer.
Yeah, which is I think that's pretty. It's pretty successful, or pretty. It's not a dumb person job.
Mhm. Oh, uh, he might be a trainer in, not in terms of being the actual guy who's telling people what to do.
Right.
He might just stand there and get kicked in the leg over and
Oh
over
yeah,
again.
he could be a like a living dummy.
Yeah,
Which that's definitely a dumb person job. A living dummy. It's right in the name.
that definitely sounds like a Simpson job.
Yeah, so Lisa gets bummed out, and everyone's gonna leave until they find out that not everybody is a dummy with the Simpsons gene. Because one of her aunts is an architect. One's a doctor, I
That
think.
the chief of complicated surgeries at an invasive care clinic. It is what the wiki says.
Yeah, that's very funny. I was so surprised. I was like, oh, this is the time when she finds out the Dr. Simpson thing. I wasn't even paying attention. I don't pay attention when doctors say that kind of stuff, so I must have missed that. Complicated surgery at the invasive care clinic. That's so fun. And also wants from the third largest distributor of bunk and trundle beds.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I also found it very funny when Marge told Homer to ask the women, and he's like, "Oh, fine. What do
Right.
you do, Doctor Simpson?"
So funny.
Like, not only is he like extremely put upon, but it sounds like he's just humoring the
Yeah.
doctor.
It doesn't register with him when he reads Dr. Simpson. Oh, this is a doctor. This woman in a lab
Hmm.
coat. And that means something. It's also funny when he's telling all the guys to leave, and one's like, "What about our $5?" And he goes, "You get it after you leave, and get out of here." It's like,
Thus proving that Homer is one of the smarter
yeah,
male
one of the
Simpsons.
smart. And that's how a game that him and Bart and then all the other male Simpsons play, where they put pots on their heads and ram into each other. Which I thought was very funny.
Now here's the thing, like I you look at that and then you're immediately like, that is incredibly stupid,
Right?
and it is,
Yeah.
but it's really not that far off from football.
Yeah. I mean, they're halfway there. Just, yeah, they're not going head to head on purpose. That's not the point of it. But it's
Yeah,
a
and sometimes in practice, dudes will just do that to each
oh,
other.
that's cruel.
Like I remember
Gotta toughen up
when
your
I
head.
joined the football team, uh, and one of the upperclassmen that was in the same band class as me found out about it. He's just like, "Oh, dude, that's great. I love football. Hey, you got your helmet?" And I was like, "Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
sure." So I put it on because we're done with practice and we're gonna head down to actually go to football practice
Right.
now. And he's like, "Oh, sweet." So he puts his on. He grabs me by the face mask, and then he just headbutts me 7 times.
Nice. How well does the
And he's
helmet
just
work
like,
for that kind of stuff? Did it hurt?
I mean, like, I don't think I
Probably
got
hurts your neck.
concussed,
Okay, that's good.
but
Your grades
it
went down
didn't
though
feel
after that.
great.
Oh
No,
yeah. Yikes.
like my brains weren't scrambled,
Right.
but they were definitely spun a little.
Yee. But it toughened up your brain. So you have a nice
Hmm.
callus on your temporal lobe.
Yeah, the biggest difference between that and running at each other with pots on your heads is that pots don't have the kind of cushioning to conform to a head shape
That's true.
that a helmet
Yeah.
does.
And football's a team sport.
Hmm.
So there's other differences I can think of. One other thing I wanted to mention about this episode is that when I forgot his name again, Jarvis? No, old man, beautiful
Jasper?
Jasper. Jasper, he comes out of the freezer and he's like, "Oh, I'm in the future now." And he picks up a moon pie off of the shelf. A moon pie, yeah, what a time to be alive. That's great.
One thing that I didn't get is after Jasper leaves
Mm-hmm.
and Apu and Sanjay are like, "Oh, well, I guess we're done with this whole freak show
Right,
business,"
it's weird.
and they decide to change the Quickie Mart to a strip club. It said the sign on the door says "Topless dancers, bottomless coffee."
Right, yeah.
Why are Apu and Sanjay naked though?
Completely naked. Oh, I mean, every time I've been to a strip club, that's what the guys at the door are. Just totally naked, right? The guy standing
That
outside of the door.
that is the opposite of consistent with my experiences. 100% of the time that I've been there, uh, that is not how that worked.
Right. I got the wrong one to open. Where to go? Wow.
Then again, the guys at the door were never the owners.
Oh yeah, maybe that's it. Maybe the owners are all naked in there. But that's true. Have you ever seen the?
Could
Have you
be.
ever
I mean,
seen?
they own
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Have you ever seen the owner of a strip club not naked? I have
Yes.
not. Oh, okay.
Every single time that I've seen Stuart, the owner of 939, he's been
That
clothed.
is Hawaii's premier gentleman's club,
Mhm. Occasionally, he's been like in full costume,
I believe. What kind of costume?
like the
For
like giant like onesie kind of deals,
nice. Oh, okay, like the unicorn or whatever,
or like a
bear,
dinosaur or something.
dinosaur. Okay. Whereas theme nights at the strip club, they do a lot of
Hmm.
theme nights. Do they do Halloween like cool like zombie stuff or something? Vampirella
No,
stuff? No.
no,
Oh. If I
I
ever
don't
run a
think so.
strip club, I think I'll do it.
I've never been
Right
on
on
Halloween.
right.
Like generally speaking, what I do on Halloween is I come home early and I turn my lights off and pretend not to be there.
Yeah, I mean, ever since I moved into like a high-rise apartment building, I'm like, there's no such thing as trick or treating anymore. And it kind of, there's also no such thing as like making a jack o' lantern and putting it on the front porch. So, like, yeah, how long
My
is that much
building
fun to me?
has trick or treating in the building,
Yeah.
but it's you have to mark your door
Mm,
uh to tell people like, yes, this is the door to knock on
right.
if you are interested in trick or treating.
That's good. I think if you have like an active like homeowners association or whatever that's like pushing that, somebody wants to do it, then it would happen. I don't think ours cares about it. I still don't see a lot of
Hmm.
kids running around our building. That can be part of it. A lot more older people.
Yeah, which is funny because you live like stone's throw away from an elementary school.
Yeah, literally share the back of the property. I think is up against it. Yeah,
It abuts it.
it butts it. Yeah, that's it.
So yeah, if you were a kid, that would be like super easy to get to and from school.
Yeah. So I think the kids that do live in the building all go to that school. I assume. The yeah, a lot of kids, and I'm okay with that. Also, there's a high school across the street too, so it's like it's all. This would be a great place to have your kid live their whole life, basically. Yeah, you just don't see too many.
The funny thing is like their elementary school would be like on the other side of the building.
Right.
Their high school is like literally a block and a half away,
Yeah.
and their middle school is I want to say maybe 3 or 4 miles.
Well, I don't know where the nearest middle school is. I really don't.
Kamiki Middle School is next to KCC.
Oh wow, yeah, that's pretty far away. I have
Yeah,
to get on a bus for that. Not walking on that. Right
because the two closest ones would be Kamiki or Washington, I think.
there. Mm.
And Washington, not closer at all,
Huh.
because Washington is the one by Zippies,
Right. Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah,
the
yeah.
King Street Zippies. Yeah,
Right. I think that might be closer, but it's still not. It's not walking distance. It's not uh, skipping distance. You can just literally
I
just
think
skip
once
it right
you're
there.
on the side of University Avenue that
Right.
you're on,
That makes sense.
I
Yeah.
think that's the border for
Right.
between Washington and Kamiki Middle.
That makes sense.
I'm not 100% sure,
Right.
but I think so. I know that McKinley and Kamiki High School, the border has moved back and forth between University and McCully over the
Huh.
years.
It has to do with wherever the city councilman wants his kids to go to school at. Probably gotta
I'm pretty sure most
be that. That's
of
true.
them go to private
Yeah.
school.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Like, not that city councilman is like a super lucrative job, but it's not like
Yeah.
pennies that they're getting
Yeah.
paid.
Yeah. And I'm sure they get a deal from the private schools in some way, shape, or form. And the private schools get something out of that. That's where all the money is: private school and local government. Not Twitch streaming. I'll tell you, not yet. Also, I don't know if I've told people this. We have 68 followers right now. We're one follower away from 69 followers. So
Oh, almost nice.
yeah, almost nice. So hopefully that'll happen soon. When you're on the streams, we can celebrate by
Yeah,
69ing each other virtually. I don't know how we'll do that. But we'll figure it out.
that would be weird, but we have the technology.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, I didn't change the caption. We're talking about the blue and the gray, by the way. Season 22, episode 13 of
I
the
mean,
Simpsons.
we technically haven't started talking about it, but
No, it's
that's the
time to
next
do that.
thing on the list of things to talk about. So, uh, the graphic that you sent over
Oh yeah, my bad.
for
I fucked up the the seasons and episode numbers on that.
yeah, like at first I thought maybe you just transposed it because I was like, season 12, episode 16. No, that's not this. maybe it's season 16, episode 12.
Right.
No, it is season 22, episode 13.
Yeah. So it was all the numbers but those. I think it was probably
Yeah.
left over from the week before, or maybe just random numbers. Because who knows? Who knows what I'm thinking when I make those things?
I think that you just had your fingers in the wrong position,
Oh, it could
maybe.
have been that. Yeah, I do that. I do that all the time.
But yeah, the Blue and the Gray premiered on February 13th,
No, that makes
2011.
sense. It's a Valentine's Day episode.
Yeah, when I saw the date, I was like, I wonder if it's a Valentine's Day episode.
Ah.
And the first thing in the episode was a bunch of Valentine's hearts, and the crazy cat lady meets a crazy dog man.
Yeah, there was a time. It was like a 10-year period, I think, where The Simpsons really went in on the crazy cat lady as a character. So I think when she first showed up, people thought it was very funny, but I don't think it stuck. I don't think it that charm lasted that long. I think she overstayed her welcome as a
Not a
character.
ton of sticking power.
Yeah, I mean, it stuck around. She stuck around for a long time, but I don't think anyone was into it. I wasn't. I think it's just kind of played out by this point, where it's like, oh yeah, she gets her own thing. You go, oh, it's the crazy cat lady. She's gonna throw cats, and then also fall in love with a dog man. We have to come up with more cat
Wore out
lady
her
bits.
welcome.
Yeah, like someone really in the writers' room was really like, yeah, we got to have a lot of cat lady bits. This is really funny. People are enjoying this. I'm like, I get it. I don't need any more cat lady. But the uh, the blackboard text that Bart writing on the blackboard gag says, "I will not make fun of Cupid's dink." Which I don't think. Do we generally see Cupid's dink when we're doing stuff? When you see Cupid, I think it's
No,
kind of a
he's usually he has
face.
his legs in such a way that it obscures it, or he's wearing a tiny toga.
Yeah, I'm always picturing him in the toga or a diaper, not a diaper, but like a cloth around his little butt. I don't know, but I bet he does have a little dink. He's a little baby man.
Hmm.
But yeah, according to the Simpsons wiki, like there's more gags that happen in the opening credits that I guess we haven't been paying attention to. There's like the Pie Man and Cupcake Kid, Homer and Bart. They fly across the screen during like the thing. I guess those are different every time. I haven't really been paying attention since the newer episodes of The Simpsons. And also
Oh
that
yeah,
billboard.
there's always something that happens on the very bottom of the screen
Yeah,
when the Simpsons show the words "The Simpsons" show up.
yeah. I haven't because I never really paid attention to it enough to know what they were doing. I just thought they were random things. I guess not gags that you need to be paying attention to. They just have a billboard that's kind of Futurama-ish. And there's a billboard that was the Springfield Dinner Theater with Dr. Hibbert and Principal Skinner's mom driving Miss Daisy. It's pretty funny. He's like, oh yeah, that's the if you have to think of an old lady and a black man from The Simpsons, those are the two you're gonna think of. Yeah, what'd you think of this episode?
Uh, hmm,
Yeah,
I did. I didn't think it was particularly bad,
right.
but there was. It wasn't particularly good either.
Yeah,
There was there was more laughs than I would have expected out of a season 22 episode.
okay. That's fair. I think the joke stuff was good. I think the actual stuff that's happening in the story and the plot, not so much. There was definitely some good gags.
I do kind of wonder who thought, yes, a pickup artist. That's what we need. We need a pickup artist episode of The
Right,
Simpsons.
and then to have it like not really be a thing, it's just kind of the inciting incident, just to get Moe into a bar with Homer being his wingman, because they didn't do all
Mhm.
like the pickup artist stuff. You kind of want to see him like do that and fail. Instead, it's just like, oh, Homer's his wingman, and then it works, and then there you go.
Yeah, they used it as the framing device at the beginning of the episode and then promptly stopped.
Yeah.
So it sort of makes me wonder if uh, someone in charge of the show had the same concern that I did.
Oh yeah.
Like, who asked for this?
I think this is the time period when they weren't asking that question, when they probably should have.
Uh,
But
there was a gag in here with Lenny and Carl,
I thought that was very funny.
who,
Very, very funny.
every year apparently go out on dates with each other's sisters.
Yes, you look exactly like them.
Hmm.
And Carl says, "There's nothing better than the idea of my best friend's face on a girl's body." Like, yep, this is great. I love
And
this.
the sisters also seem to agree with
Yeah, they
that.
do. I wonder if they're best friends. I guess. I wonder if they do.
I don't know. I wonder if they're best friends or if they're best
Right,
friends.
roommates.
You
No.
know, like Achilles and Patroclus, best
Yeah.
friends, cousins,
Yeah.
friends forever.
Yeah, but Homer goes back in the bar, and Mo explains how he makes his crazy Valentine's drink. That I forget what's in there aside from strawberry chapstick. I think it's funny. But yeah, he's like, I've got a. I'm not sad at all about being alone on Valentine's Day, and he makes a big old crazy smile.
Hmm.
Because we don't see
Which,
Mo smile
which
very much.
we don't have a Frinkiac
Right.
available, so I tried to get a screen grab of Mo baring his teeth and asking, "That's a smile, right?"
Showing teeth, eyes all crinkly. I mean,
Hmm.
that's what it is, right?
Yeah, those are definitely two elements of a smile,
Yeah.
and the eyes crinkling up like that's a nice touch.
Yeah.
Most people just stop at baring my teeth,
It's true. Got to
but the
smize
eyes crinkling, yeah, he's trying to
in the
smize.
eyes. I like to do a lot of
Are
jaw
are, are
movement
you
when I'm
are you
smiling.
trying to do that,
Yeah, I'm showing my
David?
teeth and I'm smiling. I'm hitting it in my eyes. A lot of jaw movement. I have an overbite that I was supposed to get fixed when I had braces, but the rubber bands are really uncomfortable, so I didn't wear them enough to affect it.
I
I was thinking
have
about
so
doing
many problems with my mouth that braces would have fixed,
oh yeah,
but at this point, it's far too
it's just
painful
easier
for
to just
me
get
to consider.
yeah, just get new teeth at this point. Yeah, my bottom teeth are all crowded because I got my wisdom teeth taken out before I got my braces, but then after I got my braces off, I became a grown man. I had another set of wisdom teeth that came in from the sides and just pushed all my teeth back together. So now they're all
Oh, you had
running
two
back.
sets of wisdom teeth on the bottom?
Yeah, extra teeth like a shark.
Oof, that's rough.
Yeah, I guess they didn't see him to take him out the first time, or maybe they said to do that, take him out later. But I didn't when I was a grown up and not on my parents' health insurance anymore.
Hmm.
So it took a while to happen, and it ruined my ass.
Yeah, I had my own insurance both times,
Yikes.
and I still have, I think, one wisdom
Oh
left in my
no,
mouth.
yikes.
Like I got two taken out when I was 19,
Right.
and I got one taken out like 4 years ago, 5 years ago.
Oh wow, I was in there for a long time.
Yeah, it was there till my mid 30s, and boy, let me tell you, the healing process between when you're 19 versus when you're
Oh
like 38,
yeah.
very, very different.
Yikes. And you still got one in there. I guess that's probably not hurting you if you haven't gotten it taken out yet.
Yeah, the dentist was like, "No, it's fine," yeah, and I'm just like, "All right,
Okay, if you insist.
yeah." Like the only reason why they even got rid of the other one was because it was making my other teeth hurt.
Yeah, I guess it's the only time we really need to take them out was when it's starting to cause pain.
Hmm. Yeah, if you have a large enough jaw where all of your wisdoms actually fit, then it's like there's no reason to yank them.
Yeah. It's
The
unnecessary
reason why
surgery.
most people get rid of them is because uh, they don't fit in your mouth.
Yeah, and that causes pain. It hurts.
Hmm.
Your teeth, despite being as hard as they are, they're actually very sensitive.
Or at least the nerves underneath them are.
Right. Yeah. So when Mo sees the ad for this doctor kissing her, the pickup
Hmm.
artist guy, he says, "Hey, I'm going to turn you from a couch potato to a sex tornado." Like that's fun. There's
He
anthropomorphic
does
imagery
a lot
and
of
sunglasses,
weird like.
wordplay.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's got a lot of those. I don't know what they all were.
Like, let me see if do we have his self introduction in the quotes here?
Um, so I
No,
found
it's not.
GetYarn.io has a lot of clips of things, and they have a lot of episodes of Simpsons clipped out by like 1 second chunks. But you can I'm kind of scrolling through that like I do on Frankie Yak. So I'll put that in
Hmm.
the group chat so you can have a link for this thing. If there is a secret chat that we have, private chat, so you can see what I'm looking at. Yeah, Homer and Marge, they get together and they do it for Valentine's Day in a kinky way. Homer's legs tied to the bed with a tie with a double snugglers hitch. And you go, wow, when Homer and Marge get it on, they do it. But he tries to bite his own leg off so he doesn't have to take the kids to school. And he starts biting his leg. He's like, ow, 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 it hurts. And then he starts eating himself. Oh, that's actually pretty good. Only 127 more hours to chew his leg off.
Which is definitely a fun reference.
Yeah. You ever see that movie? I haven't ever seen it.
I've never watched it.
It's like I get it. We know what the movie is, right?
Well, you're not kidding when you said that they're only like a second or two.
Yeah, it's just like for little clips to like put on, like for I guess reactions or whatever, make gifs out of or something.
Like of the introduction, it has gentlemen. And
That's it.
that's
That's
like
the one clip.
the whole beginning of it. And at the end, Doctor kissing her. And nothing in the middle of those two.
Right. Oh wow, yeah, because he had like a whole thing in there. Because he's the Sultan of something or other. Yeah, something of something. Yeah, I remember saying that. I think it was very funny. And I'm still watching these with Italian subtitles, so like stuff like that, I think would stick in my head a lot better if I could read it. But I'm reading it in Italian, and it's just not being absorbed.
Yeah, so he's doing his own introduction, and he calls himself the potentate of
Aha.
the potent date, the
Yes.
know-it-all of the protocol of the booty call,
It's
Doctor kissing her.
pretty funny. He just explained that, once we were single celled organisms that could replicate whenever we wanted. And Barney goes, that's back when we were real men. Pretty funny.
Please go on.
But yeah, so at the seminar, which uh, Superintendent Chalmers and Principal Skinner both go to, except Superintendent Chalmers is in disguise.
Yeah. He doesn't want to be seen there, and I don't blame him. But it's funny, he's still sitting right next to Skinner. And they don't make any, he's not trying to hide who he is because they talk later about what they're going to do.
Well, I mean, he's not sitting like right next
That's
to him.
true.
Isn't there like a chair in between them?
Yeah. There's one chair in between, so hopefully he doesn't notice.
And I love.
But that's when the pickup artist tells Mo that he needs to get a wingman.
Yeah. And Mo goes, no, well, hold on. I gotta go find a friend. That would have been my Frankie. Yeah, and then he explains what a wingman is. He goes, okay. I guess I'll have to ask Homer. Yeah, and Skinner and Chalmers are gonna be each other's wingmen. Wingmen.
Mm-hmm.
And they have this extended bit where they figure out, well, if they see the same woman and like her at the same time, how does that work? And it's like something about the hand beating the face, or face beating the hand. Not worth
Yeah,
the extra time. It's really not.
I am surprised that they didn't go with Hand Beats face
Yeah, because that looks
and then have
nice.
him just haul off and punch Skinner.
That'd have been a
That
lot
felt like
funnier.
what it was going to set up for.
Yeah. Instead of just saying face beats hand like that's a joke. It's a punchline. It's not really.
It is definitely not.
Yeah.
If it was Hand Beats face, slap. That that is a
Yeah,
punchline.
there's something there. It's literally the line that he says when he's punching something. But, yeah. Marge goes to her hairdresser, which is Hank Azaria doing a real gay voice.
Yeah, part of me wonders if he's just doing, like, if it
Birdcage.
actually is supposed to be his character from the Birdcage.
Yeah. Because, I mean, it looks like him, I think. But
Yeah,
also, they just
it,
looks
it
like Hank Azaria. So.
it super looks like him.
Yeah.
Very caricature.
Yeah, we find
I
out.
do like that his assistant's name is Jimothy, though. That's funny. Because Jimothy is one of those names where it's like, I thought this only existed on the internet.
The internet and The Simpsons. Not a big gulf between the two. Yeah, but it's very funny. Yeah, Marge finds her gray hair and she's talking about it. And it made me think of, like, do you remember when you first found any of your gray hairs? Do you have gray hairs? I can't tell from here.
I actually have very little gray
Oh, okay.
hair, gray or white hair on my head.
Mm.
I have far more white hair in my beard
Oh, yeah, I think it
and
happened with beard
mustache.
first, right? Yeah.
Like I actually had more white hair on my head in high school than I do now.
Wow.
I don't know why.
That was from you're getting the pigment knocked off of your hair follicles from all those headbutts at football practice.
I guess, or like stress maybe.
Yeah, that could also be. That's probably it.
Like I know that that is definitely when no, actually no, it's not. I was gonna say that's when I was most depressed, and I was like, no, that was probably in my mid late 20s
Oh, okay.
when I finally said I should go to therapy.
Oh, yeah. That's generally when you know you're hitting when you're finally admitting to yourself, yeah, I should go to therapy. It's because there's something you're worried about yourself at that point.
Well, that's because my friends made me.
Oh, okay. But you're
But
worried enough
yeah,
to listen.
it's good friends.
Yeah, good friends. Tell your friends to go to therapy. Everybody, be a good friend.
Hmm. Even if they seem like they don't need it,
Yeah.
it'll probably do them good.
Yeah, I think everyone a couple times a year should ask their friend, "Hey, are you in therapy? You should probably check it out, just to see if they just give them an excuse to be like, hey, you know what, you're right. Sometimes you just need somebody to ask.
Yeah.
But gray hair stuff, I don't know the first time that I saw one. I think I had one in high school. I was like, oh, that's weird. But just one of my hairs just doesn't have pigment in it. I'm not going gray. I'm just done 17. But I kept that same thinking until sometime during the pandemic when I was looking at my hairs in the mirror when my hair was too long for not having a haircut in so long. And I was seeing a lot more of them. I was like, oh, that's weird that this hair doesn't have pigment. Oh, that one doesn't either. Or this one. There's a bunch of hairs in my head. I just don't have any pigment. And then I had to go, oh, wait, no, those are actually gray hairs. I'm at the age where you can get gray hairs. And it's a thing that I
When
can
I
see.
when I was 17, one of my dad's good friends, uh, he came over for something, and they were talking story, and then uh, he looked at me and he's just like, "Oh boy, you got so many white hairs, kid. Like you look like me when I was your age."
No.
And he went gray in his early 30s,
Oh,
like fully silver,
right.
and it was just like, "Oh, that's what I have to look forward to, son of a bitch." But like I said, my hair's
Yeah,
darker now
no, your
than it
hair
was
looks
then.
good.
There's significantly less hair than I had then, but what I have, mostly black.
Yeah, looking good. Yeah, I wonder what happened. Yeah, it had to have been stress or something.
Yeah,
Make
the
it
only
go
thing I can
get more
think of
black.
other than that
Mm.
is just like uh, Maybe that was all the weed I was smoking.
Oh yeah, maybe it was that. Maybe it was like Patty and Selma's hair, where it was still black. It was just covered in ash
Hmm.
smoke. Or maybe it was like Millhouse says later, where did your mom see something really scary, like the vampire from Sesame Street?
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. So there's a lot of
That
funny
one
moments in this episode.
that one really made me
Yeah.
laugh.
But yeah, while Marge
They
is
should
getting her,
warn people about it.
yeah, you really should. You're not expecting a vampire with big sharp fangs.
It would be hilarious if there really was a warning. Like
Right.
the count is going to appear on your screen in 3 seconds.
Yeah.
Three, ah, ah, ah. Two, ah, ah, ah.
Even
One,
scarier.
ah, ah, ah. It's the count.
Should do that.
Um, yeah, so uh, when Marge finds out that she's actually been gray for years,
Right.
but the fumes from the dye have been uh,
Yeah, making her forget, losing her memory.
yeah,
Or,
yeah, and she sees a confident woman with gray hair. She's like, I'm gonna try and do that,
yeah.
and everyone tells her that she's so brave,
Yeah.
which not really a compliment.
Yeah, it's saying that we all think that you shouldn't be doing this, so it's really not refreshing to see that you're doing this thing that we wouldn't do that. Yeah, it's such a weird thing to say. That was Nicole Byer's book that she came out with. It's called hashtag very fat, hashtag very brave, and it's her
Hmm.
in a bikini on the front. It's like, yeah, it's crazy. That's what we do. So that's the pseudo compliment people give. Yeah, Marge comes home with a
The
big
the
old bucket of chicken.
only
So
the only two people who you should ever say, "Oh, that's so brave," to
mm.
are military personnel and
Fireman.
stand-up comedians.
Oh, eh, yeah,
Because like,
sane ones.
most people are very afraid of speaking to in front of
That's
crowds.
true.
So it is literally a compliment to them.
Yeah, for the people that are scared of it, I think there's a lot of people that in that world that are that love the attention too
Yeah,
much.
they're not nervous at all, but
Yeah,
it is still a compliment to them.
yeah, that's true.
It is brave of you to go out there and humiliate yourself every night.
So thank your local soldiers and stand-up comedians, everybody,
Mm. Also, it's fun
and
just because it's
gray-haired
kind of a
women.
neg too.
Yeah,
Because a real compliment is you were so fun.
yeah, that's true.
If the only positive thing you have to say about a comedian's performance is you're so brave,
You're so brave for going
also
up
not a
there,
compliment.
on that stage and saying those words you said. That was very brave of you.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, Marge brings home a bucket of chicken and shows off her big gray hair, and we see Homer's brain. It's full of like all these like board member guys in suits trying to figure out the answer.
She also has a very nice flower, which I want to say is a hibiscus. Like it looks kind of
Yeah,
like one,
yeah.
which is just like, huh, that's weird.
Yeah.
Why is it such a specific flower?
That is strange. Yeah, because it's a very kind of like Hawaii thing to do. I don't know. She's trying to be fun. Draw attention away from the gray. She's not fully confident in it yet, and it's
Hmm.
people's reaction isn't helping.
Yeah, I totally thought that Homer was going to talk about the flower because
Yeah.
it was such a specific flower.
Yeah. Well, I don't know how many Homer knows about different flowers.
I don't, I don't think he does.
Yeah,
Homer doesn't know about a lot of
that's
things.
true. And he's gonna pick the chicken over the flower every time. That's Homer. That's my Homer. But he's talking to the. Oh no, he's not talking. He says, so chicken, huh? And then all of the little men in his head go dough, which is something I wanted to Frankie act, but I can't for this one to add to my list of people not Homer saying dough, even though it's technically Homer that they're in his brain. But the one little clip on this Get Yarn page is just dough, and just hearing them. I'll say dough. It's not exactly what I'm looking for. But then Bart and Lisa, they have a really interesting thing that I thought would be like an ongoing gag throughout the episode, but it's just a couple times in the scene of them trying to figure out where their hair starts and their head ends.
Which is very funny.
Very, very funny.
Like that, I spoiler, I don't think this episode's going to win.
Right.
But if it did win, it is off the strength of that gag alone.
It's good. It's something we all thought about. Every once in a while, we're trying to. If you have a Simpson story or something, you have to think about it.
I wanted that to be the like a whole. I want a whole episode about that. Honestly,
I want to figure it out. Because yeah, Bart does a very funny thing. Is head, hair. What? I don't get it. There is. Oh, maybe we'll write on that tonight. There is a music video for one of the songs off Simpsons Sing the Blues called "Deep Deep Trouble," which Bart's singing about, rapping about getting in trouble. And one of the things that happens in the video is that he has to get a haircut where they shave his head, and he's got a bald head like Homer. It's like a Homer bald head on Bart's face. It's very interesting to see. I might write on that tonight. Oh. So yeah, he does exist without hair every once in a while, but it's very strange and very funny that they bring it up. And then at the end, Lisa gets so freaked out about it, she just draws a hairline on her head with a Sharpie marker, just so she can have one, and that looks even weirder.
The crazy thing is when we've seen skeletons of the kids.
Oh, that's true.
The skeletons' skulls are shaped like their hair.
Yeah, so actually, it's just hair covering the scalp itself. It's not even that the hair shape is spiky. That's their skull.
Which is even grosser.
Yeah. Because they're the only people in all of Springfield or the Simpsons world whose heads are like that. So it's got to be some kind of radiation thing from Homer working at the plant, right?
I guess.
Gotta be. This is what we're gonna make our Simpsons conspiracy theory video about. I think we hit it. I've never heard anybody talk about this before. This particular Simpson theory.
Yeah, that can be like your thing.
Yeah. You know, the weird skull-shaped guy. Skull hair shape.
The mutant children guy.
Yeah. Oh yeah, a third blinky eye somewhere under all that hair. I guess. I don't know if I did. It's really tickling the side of my face today. My tassel. But yeah. So Homer goes to Wingman for Moe. They go to a bar, and Homer. They're gonna go up to a couple of ladies. One is bigger than the other, and that's the one that Homer has to distract by talking about pizzas. Wow.
He does it very well.
Yeah, he's in and out. Like she's totally into it. She's like, yeah, that's right. Pizzas are too small. We should go talk about that.
Yeah, no. After this, I don't think it's ever touched on again.
Right.
In terms of Moe needing him, but Homer continues to go out and be a wingman for the rest of the episode.
Yeah, because he doesn't. Yeah, Moe talks to that woman, and then they distract Lenny from another woman, so that he can Moe can talk to her, and he's talk blocking him, and then Lenny's like, hey, you know what? You could be my wingman. I ordered this bottomless pitcher of beer and this circumferenceless platter of nachos. It's very funny. Because yeah, what else would you call it?
Bottomless nachos.
Oh yeah.
Because I mean, like, Red Robin has bottomless fries.
That's true. But I mean, the thing about nacho is the top is the part that you want, and then maybe
Oh,
later
that's true.
you don't want the bottom.
Mhm.
So I guess if it's bottomless and you never get to the bottom and it's all top and middle all the way down, that's pretty good. I'm gonna put that on our Venn diagram. I forgot we got bottomless coffee and bottomless beer. So we have bottomless drinks, but then topless bars. Right? Yeah, bottomless beverages. But then a topless bar, or is it topless cookie mart? What's it called? I think it's topless.
It's called the Nudie Mart.
Nudie mart.
Topless dancers, bottomless coffee.
Topless dancers. That's what I want. That's what I want. That's all I want for Christmas. Topless dancers and circumference less nachos. That sounds like a pretty good birthday.
Yeah, apparently Homer is a huge hit with women
Yeah,
throughout
Homer.
the entire episode,
Which we just kind of
and
yeah.
that is what uh, that is the reason that Marge finds out is because uh, there are other women talking about Homer, and she can't even pretend it's a different person named Homer because they quote Joe.
Oh yes, the other dough that I would have to screenshot from this to add to the dough file. There's a funny bit where Marge is at the she's checking out at the grocery store, and the lady's like, "Do you have a one of those discount cards? You know, don't make me say it. An A no, I'm not an Alcoholics Anonymous. AAA? No, I'm not in AAA. AARP? That's an awkward thing to have to ask somebody, I guess. It's like, oh, you have gray hair.
Did she actually get all the way to AAR? Did Marge guess it when she said AAR? I thought that the lady had to say AARP.
I thought Marge said P out loud. So that's why I wanted to clip. But the lady
I don't
may have said it
remember.
first. Maybe the lady said it first. I don't know. That was a funny bit. 'Cause it just made me think of I guess people have to do that sometimes if they're trying to be nice. I'm like, hey, do you want your senior citizens discount? How do you bring that up? Probably you just don't. It just costs you money. Make everybody pay full
Oh,
price.
she's getting ready to say P. Lisa is doing the throat cut gesture,
Oh, okay.
and she starts mouthing the first part of the
Right.
word P, and then Marge goes P, AARP,
That
and on one hand, I get the outrage that Marge has.
right.
On the other hand, I believe you can join AARP before you're of retirement age
No. I guess if you just pay
because
the
they've been sending me stuff since I was like 36.
yeah, I feel like I've seen those in the mail for a long time. You're right.
Yeah,
I wonder what that's
like
supposed
trying
to
to
do
get
with
me
that.
to join.
Maybe it's like life
And
insurance. If you join early, then you can get it cheaper or something.
mhm. And local stand-up comic Erica Schwarzkopf has told me like, oh yeah, no, you can join early.
Yeah.
Which I mean, I didn't think it was early for Erica.
She's a hard woman to tell how old she is. She gets a lot of sun.
Yeah, tons of sun.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh. I mean, I think I think they figured out, hey, we could just have people join at any age and just make more money off of this membership thing. So why not? Sure,
Like I
old
assume
people
that
thing.
you just don't get the full array of senior
No. Yeah.
discounts.
It's got to be some
Like
kind of
there are
ratio.
some AARP member benefits that aren't for seniors,
Right.
or not aren't for seniors, but are not only for seniors.
Yeah.
But there's some where it's like no, seniors only.
Right. Could age into it. Oh. Yeah, if anyone's got ARP, let me know. I want to know how that works.
Yeah, any non-seniors.
Yeah.
If you're 30 something with an AARP card, please hit us up.
Yes. Or if you're in your 70s and you're watching Twitch, I want to know what your deal is.
I mean, I think that there's like some old people on Twitch too.
Yeah, that's true. There's a pretty old guy in Japan. There's a white guy in Japan who does Japanese like wood carving things and just streams that, which is pretty cool. Yeah, so there's old people on Twitch. I just want to get to know them.
And yeah, so Marge goes to confront Homer at
Yeah.
the what is it? The loose zipper or something?
I think Zip Less or something. And something that's not even a good. Like they do have good gags in this, but like even that one, they had a lot of room to like come up with a good name for the bar, and it was just
Club Zipless.
Club Zipless. I don't either. It's not a good name, or I just don't get the reference.
I also don't get it.
Yeah, but Marge is putting her makeup on in the car and crashes into a bunch of brambles.
And gets some mascara on her teeth, so it looks like she's missing a tooth.
Yeah. And she walks through some fish water, so cats are chasing after her feet. And she has a broom to swoosh them away.
So her hair is gray and wild, and her black dress is torn up, and she has a bunch of black cats following her. So she is supposed to look like a witch,
Yeah.
and uh, only the valet and the doorman make a joke about it, apparently.
Right. And that's all it was really there for. And that even that the valet and the doorman bit goes on like a beat too long.
Hmm.
Because the doorman goes, "Oh, hey, did the guy eat your candy house?" And then she's like, "Ah, it's what the valet said." That would have been good enough. Or they just them to say hi, but then they keep going until they have an argument and want to fight about it or something. It's like, yeah, there's just these side characters that are really trying to make work or get like this is the next big thing. These guys, that what's his name? Charles Bronson guy and Crazy Cat Lady. They really
Hmm.
were committed to making them popular characters. I think in the early 2010s. Well, at least they were writing a lot of jokes for him. But yeah, Homer's just surrounded by babes because just as a wingman, that's what he does. Is he gets all the best-looking women to talk to him while whoever he's wingmanning is somewhere else in the bar. I don't even know.
Hopefully, it's because Mo is getting busy in the bathroom or something.
Yeah. Well, no, I guess he is talking to a woman at the bar. But then yeah, then Homer's just entertaining all the other women at the bar. I guess as a good wingman, I guess that's what you do. Try to seduce all of the other women so that no other guys can near them. So then if your guy that you're supporting strikes out with the first one, then there's a stable of other women there. Having to fight for a new one. And that's how wingmanning works.
It's supposed to be trying to distract the crowd so that none of them go and take the woman who your friend is trying to pick up
Yes.
away.
So Homer's got to distract
Like,
these dozen women that were with that one other.
yeah, so that no one rescues the person that Mo's going after.
Right.
And I believe that's like literally how it's looked at within pickup culture. It's
Oh,
like if if you if you're acknowledging that uh the woman who your friend was trying to pick up is in need of rescue,
right.
you're not the good
Yeah.
guys.
So I've always, I mean, because I've never thought of it from the pickup artist perspective, but just the idea of like wingmanning and like going out and like, oh, the people are out together, right? Or we're going out to meet someone at a bar or whatever. A lot of people are going to have friends with them, so you want to, have a friend there to help entertain the other people, so that you can have time alone with the person that you want to talk to. I think
Hmm.
that's the more traditional sense of what a wingman's supposed to do, I guess. I don't know. Unlike Mr. Burns, whose wingman was his actual wingman, and flew the first transatlantic flight or something.
Hmm.
But he does ask women if they want to be in a geezer sandwich, which is like, who says yes to that? Yeah, Marge shows up. You say, "Hey, get away from my husband," and then one of the women says, "Do you
Lights
see
the
her
room
as
on
we see
fire.
her?" Yeah. And swinging it around, and it's not a big deal.
That is funny though. Do you see her as we see her?
Yeah. Just start saying that about people.
When did Shallow Hell come out?
Yeah. Yeah, I think it was
2001.
yeah. Oh, 2001. Wow, this was 10 years later.
Yeah. So it wouldn't be a topical reference if that's what
Right.
if they're
I don't think so.
specifically trying to
Right.
reference.
Yeah, but Homer, he explains that as a wingman. He's just like Val Kilmer in Top Gun or Wedge Antilles in Star Wars. Or me right now.
Hmm.
Yeah, this is a weird episode.
Yeah.
Because she never accepts the gray hair thing. They just have to go back to normal. So it's like she never learns that confidence or anything, and no one ever accepts her for her gray hair.
Well, even if she did, she would still have to go back to blue at some point because they're not going to change that
Yeah, and then
at
it's
this
just got a
point in
permanent
The
change.
Simpsons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, Lisa thinks that's so
If
empowering. What's up?
hmm And there's the cheap feminism joke
Yeah.
afterwards, where it's like, anything a woman does is empowering.
Right.
And Homer's like, "What about my job, where I literally provide power?" And she's like, "It's kind of dehumanizing."
Yeah. Yeah, it kind of is.
Yeah. Uh, if I didn't choose the Mo trying to figure out what smiling is,
Right.
for my not Frinkiac, it definitely would have been when Homer is talking to Marge about the gray hair, and Marge says, "You always mean to say the nicest things,"
That was very funny. I
which
really like
is
that.
absolutely the the most spot on thing you could say about Homer.
Yeah. It's very much what Homer's whole deal is as a husband. Yeah. Do I have anything else to say about this episode? Oh, I closed it already. It's blue
Mm,
and gray.
did you find the Homer and Marge making out at the end of the episode? Something that went on a little bit too long
It did
since you
go too
mentioned
long.
several other jokes.
Yeah, that was too long. But then at least they had like the bit with the babies kissing as cupids,
Hmm.
which at least was something. But yeah, it definitely felt too long. Everything just kept like, yeah, it's going on too long. Is that thing of where we're gonna keep doing it until it's not funny, but then you think it's funny again because you don't know what else to do. I did add some. We didn't say Hawaii enough in this episode, but I did add a couple of commands in the chat. So if anyone ever hits !! Hawaii, it'll just play on OBS. I don't think you'll see it, but you might hear it.
It'll just have the clip
Stop
that
saying
says,
Hawaii in there.
"Hey, stop saying Hawaii in there."
Yeah, it plays that. I don't know if you could. I don't know if you heard that at all. But
I didn't.
okay, so I have to figure out what to do because I've got more chat commands and stuff now that you just won't know are happening. But we'll figure that out. Or not. I'll just tell you when it's happening. Yeah. Okay, so those are the two episodes. Let me share the.
Do it again?
What's up?
Could you do it again?
Oh yeah, why not?
Have
Well,
it say Hawaii?
So we got this good night that I took from the Transformers movie. It's Shia
All right, I
LaBeouf.
love you. Sleep good, handsome man.
Oh, are you watching from on Twitch? This is just entertain myself now. Get that one. I got that one.
Stop
Yeah,
saying
yeah,
Hawaii
and it's
in there.
very. I'm having
You're listening to it, and you're listening to me speak to you at the same time.
brain not work. Every time I do that, I feel like I'm about to have a stroke.
I'm sure that's what it feels like.
I also hate when my parents are watching something
Right.
in the living room and in the
Oh,
bedroom,
right.
and it's the same thing,
Yeah. But
but
it's
it's
off.
off
Yeah.
by a split second.
That'll make you crazy. It's probably more effective than playing like heavy metal music or whatever they do when
Mm.
they're torturing people.
Like having two different things would be much easier to deal with.
Yeah. But of these two things, Lisa the Simpson and the blue and the gray, which the Simpsons Discord voted unanimously for Lisa the Simpson. Which do you pick as the winner? I have my vote.
Oh, Lisa the Simpson,
Yeah,
easily.
Lisa the Simpson. Great episode.
Like
Yeah.
the blue and the gray is not a bad episode.
Right.
It's just not good.
Yeah, that's fair to say.
Lisa the Simpson's kind of a classic.
Yeah. And even the stuff like
Yeah.
the B story with there's a lot of Apu in this episode, but it's not the worst of Apu, so it's like, yeah, you can get over it. The voice is always bad, but the
And whatever offensiveness may be contained in Lisa the Simpson, there is just as much in the blue and the gray.
yeah, that's true. So it's a non-issue for these two episodes. They cancel each other out. So far, Simpsons Venn diagram today. I didn't get a lot, but definitely a big. The big thing, of course, is about women aging. These two episodes, women aging, and of course, there's bottomless beverages in both, but topless dancers in one, and circumferenceless nachos in the other. And this is week 24 now, officially. What's up?
One more thing that I had in my notes that I forgot to point out. When they were at the market, Lisa grabs a magazine and says, "I wonder what cousin Jessica is doing." And Jessica Simpson is on the
nice.
cover of the magazine. Now, the reason why I picked this out specifically is I thought that was a reference to a previous episode where Jessica Simpson had been on there as a cousin of the Simpsons
that
family.
would be a great thing if they did that.
They have not done that.
Oh,
And apparently, Jessica Simpson has said out loud,
yeah,
"Oh, that would be very fun to be on The Simpsons and be related to them."
right. But the Simpsons just haven't done it.
Yeah, and for some reason they didn't do it when she was famous, and now it would be weird because she's
Yeah.
not famous
It
anymore.
would take explaining.
Yeah, like people are gonna be like, "Who is this Jessica Simpson?"
Yeah.
Unless they're just waiting for her to be not famous enough, where they could just cast her as a regular voice actress.
Just don't cast her in. Yeah, as the new baby, as the voice of Maggie when she starts singing, and then she changes her name to Jessica. It's Maggie Jessica
Yeah.
Simpson. Whatever. Though I think we've learned her name.
But
It's okay.
what's funny about it is when I tried looking up on the Simpsons wiki to find out whether or not she's been on there before, and the Simpsons wiki seems to think that calling someone cousin so and so
Right.
implies that they must be a first cousin. The Simpsons
Ah,
wiki does not seem to understand the concept of second cousins or third
right.
cousins, or it imagines that whenever you are talking about a cousin who is more distant than first, that you must clarify exactly how distantly related you are.
Don't you?
Because no, you like there are people who aren't even related to me that I call cousin.
Right, but you're from Hawaii,
Yeah,
which means, of course, I
but
should know
it's
that.
like when you're talking about a second cousin, do you call them second cousin so and so?
No, but
Stop saying Hawaii in
I
there.
don't. I've only ever met second cousins at family reunion things, and so it's like, oh, this person's really just a stranger more than they are a cousin. They're technically a cousin, and they're always on my dad's side who aren't even blood cousins. So to me, so I never
Okay,
think of my
'cause that
second cousins as second. Yeah, I couldn't name a second cousin, but I guess if someone asked, I would just say, yeah, that's my cousin, whatever. No, I'd say second cousin, just to show that yeah, I really don't know who this person is. If someone is to mention it to me. But I'm sure that's not normal for. I think a lot of people know their second cousins. I don't know. You know your second cousins. What
I
do you
mean
call
not
them?
all, but I
Yeah.
know some second and third cousins. Like there's a bunch of people where I'm like, I know we're related. Don't ask me how, but I know that I'm related to this person who has the same last name as me.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, if you ever meet a Wago in Hawaii, we're related. It is an uncommon enough last name where it's like for sure we're related.
Yeah, I've
If
literally
you
never met
have one
another.
anywhere in the world, it's
Yeah.
probably.
But yeah, I don't think I've even seen it in writing anywhere. I thought I saw another
Like,
Chad Wago one time, but that was Chad Wagoner. That's
mm,
something else.
that guy. Yeah. I did finally get my name on Twitter back from him
Oh
though.
yeah. Now that it's worthless.
Hmm. But yeah, like no, there's a decent amount of other Wagos around.
But
Like you remember Billy Sherman, right?
yeah.
He's not related to me at all, but uh, he actually goes to one of my cousins for his tattoos. Brandon Wago
Oh.
is a tattoo artist
Okay.
who's related to me,
Cool.
and several of my friends actually go and see Brandon
Nice.
for his work.
You
It's
don't
very
have any
good.
tattoos, right?
I don't.
Yeah.
I always I always thought I was gonna get some, and then my family's like, "No, you can't get it until after grandma passes
Right.
away." And I'm like, "All right."
Uh,
And then after my grandma passed away, I was like, "I'll get one later.
yeah, I'll do it soon. Right.
I'm in no rush."
Yeah. You have it forever
And
once you get it, so
uh, yeah, it's been like 5 years or so since my grandma passed away,
yeah.
and I still don't have one. And at this point, I'm just like, I got better use for my money.
Yeah, it's true. Like you don't just have a good idea for a tattoo, then don't bother.
I have several things
Oh,
that I
okay.
want that I think are good. I actually have a Google document that has tattoo ideas, where it's
Nice.
like I look over them every once in a while and be like, "Is this still a good idea? Yes or no?" Because I can guarantee you that if I had gotten the stuff that I wanted when I was 18 years old, they would not have been good idea
Right.
tattoos. Like I would have a giant Danzig skull over my shoulders, and I don't even like Danzig that
Right.
much. I just think the skull looks cool.
Like I got my MXPX tattoo, but and I like MXPX a lot. But yeah, I think there was a good 10-year period where I didn't listen to any of their music for a while. I didn't even think about them aside from the tattoo on my leg. Like, oh yeah, that's right. That's
Every time you saw it, you're just like, "Oh, that's music that I like.
yeah,
I'll listen to them later."
yeah. I'll get back to it sooner or later. Yeah. If you're not super into tattoos, there's no point in becoming a tattoo person. Yeah.
But yeah, I definitely want to get my family Hmong tattooed on me at some point, and
Cool.
also like the Japanese oni, the troll-looking guys.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, the ones that are always carrying around a giant club.
Right.
Like, I thought it would be very cool to get one where instead of carrying a club, he's dragging around a steel chair.
That would be fun. I'm surprised that's not the mascot of like the whatever the Japanese wrestling company's one of them.
Uh, I don't know what the mascot or logo thing for All Japan is. New Japan is a lion,
Oh, okay. You're pulling that up.
and Pro Wrestling Noah I want to say is a boat.
Wait, a what?
A boat,
A
I
boat.
want to
Oh,
say.
okay. So I'm trying to figure out where these episodes go. If we start with Blue and the Gray. Hmm.
Can we zoom out a little?
Yeah. No, but I can change the font size. That's what I
Oh, that 100% up on the top.
have to do. Oh, that's what it is.
Isn't that the zoom?
Yeah. I was using control and scrolling, which does not work on here. Let me make these things big again. And then make it small. Hmm.
Uh,
I want to say. So Bye Bye Nerd
so
was last year.
storyline wise, like the setup is comparable to Dumbbell Indemnity.
It is very close to, yeah. And I think I think the plot stuff is worse, but then the funny stuff is funnier. So that's kind of where I'm trying to figure out here.
Which one was Fat Man and Little Boy?
That's where Bart meets the Willy Wonka man because of his funny T-shirts, and Homer makes a
This is better
miniature.
than that.
Yeah. So then, how much is Birdie in the window? It's a bird that gets eaten by the dog for some reason. I forget why.
Yeah. How much is that birdie in the window does not have as many funny jokes as it did in this episode?
Right. Yeah, so I'm gonna put it right above that. Let's do that. I got the blue and the gray. This is also a season 22 episode.
Yeah.
You spell gray with an A or an E? I want to spell it with an E, but then I feel like it's weird, so then I go back to an A.
A.
Yeah. So I think it's what we're supposed to do as Americans. But I want to do it with an E, but then I feel weird. I can feel Uncle Sam looking down at me with a raising an eyebrow when I do it. So I go back to the A.
All right, so
Lisa the Simpson. Yeah.
Fat and the Furriest I didn't watch.
It's above that.
You think it's above? You think it's top 10?
I really like the Lisa story of it all, but then again, yeah, I don't know about the Beast. I don't know. Why is Fat and the Furious top 10? That's weird. I guess it was good.
I don't remember that one. What's it?
That's where, yeah, it's definitely Homer makes his bear suit, but I don't know what the Beast story was. I don't know why that feels like it's too high. I feel like something should knock it out, so I think Fat and the Furious can get Fat and the Furious out of the. Man, what was Fat and the Furious about? Text me.
That does feel like it got ranked
Too
extra
high.
high. What is happening, by the way?
Oh, I'm getting texts. Sorry, my wife. My wife just
Oh,
woke
okay.
up in Italy and is now responding to group texts.
Okay, I thought that was some sort of stream thing,
Yeah, it's an
and I was
alert.
just like, "Oh, is something happening?"
No, I wish it was. No, not yet.
But yeah, the Fat and the Furriest being that high is kind of weird.
Yeah, I wonder if that did that number. But I guess. Yeah, what the fuck was
I
Furious about? That can't be right. Yeah. Strange. I think I am definitely the victim of recency bias a lot of times. I want to rank things higher right after I watch them.
because
stuff
the
doesn't-
Wizard of Evergreen Terrace is
It's pretty good, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Then again, maybe we just forgot how nice the Fat and the Furriest made us feel.
Yeah. So I guess it's just Homer becomes friends with the bear after he gets attacked by the bear. Was Joe on that episode? I think Joe was on that episode with us. I don't know if that that makes a difference, but yeah. Strange. Yeah, 'cause reading about it, I don't feel like this is a top 10 episode.
I remember being very amused by the bear fighting the elephant.
Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah.
You see Homer's his little butt. Yeah, I don't know. Strange. Doesn't feel like a top 10 episode. So I think I'm gonna rectify that right now and put it right up. Put Lisa the Simpson right above it. Just so we can.
Yeah, make that the new top 10.
Yeah. Then we won't feel weird.
And if we ever decide to revisit and re-rank stuff, Fat and the Furriest is going to be first on the agenda.
So far in the top 10, we have Lisa the Greek and Lisa the Simpson. But yeah, we're gonna watch Fat and the Furious again because I assume if it's the top 10 episode, it had to have moved on to the second round. Let's see. Let's double check that. Yeah, that's where those go. Lisa the Simpson from season 9, I think. Is that right? Hold on. Yeah, season 9, episode 3. Which is not what Google says, but that's what it is on.
That's what it is on Disney Plus. I don't think that's what it says on the wiki.
Yeah, very strange. We're just going with whatever they say on the Disney Plus because that's where I'm watching it. I don't want to confuse myself. Yeah, so we'll hit Fat and the Furious week 264 when we revisit Bart Sells His Soul. So maybe we'll watch it again and be like, what's going on? I'm gonna make a note here in the thing.
Are we gonna revisit after we finish the bracket, or after we finish the first round?
I just put a note next to the Fat and the Furious so that. Oh, yeah,
Okay.
that's right. Yeah, because we aren't gonna. By then, we're not gonna be looking at this thing anymore. It's in the note. There's a note in there. Hopefully, we'll
After
review it.
after we finish the first round, there's only 4 episodes left that aren't going to be in there.
Yeah, that's true. That's right, because we still have to do the other one. So, but we don't
Mm.
know what those ones are to add in there. Yeah, so I think we'll do a special stream where we just talk about all 508 episodes and make sure they're in the right spot. Or 504. So it really won't take that long. Could be a lot worse. That'll be a bonus stream for us to worry about in 5 years.
Or we could just during the second round, we could just look at it and be like, yeah, that seems like the right place for that.
That's true.
Yeah, and if it's one of the 4 top seeded episodes, then
Yeah. Make sure it goes in the right spot. Yeah, we got it. We'll figure it out. We won't remember this conversation by the time we get to that point. But by then we'll have it figured out, I'm sure. This is a future us problem.
yeah.
Another future us problem. Saturday, July 1st. Steamed hams, but it's all the steamed hams. 12 hours. Charity stream.
Steamed hams for food.
Yeah. We're gonna steam hams so that you can donate money that will be turned into food by the food bank, which will be turned into kindness to the some people in need out here in Hawaii. Make the window bigger. Okay. So I think we only have one last thing to do, and that's to look at what are we doing next week. What are we doing next week? The picture. Where'd it go? Oh, I didn't change the name. That's why. Yeah. Next week, classic episode, famous episode. I'm surprised we're getting this one so early. Alone Again, Natra Diddley. Season 11, episode 14, The Death of Maud Flanders. Versus Homer the
Oh
Father.
wow.
Season 2, episode 12. Which, who knows what happens in that episode. I think Homer finally decides to try to be a good dad after 22 years. I don't know. We'll see. Not a season 22. I think it's like our third season 22 episode in a row or something.
I think that's because the way that things got ranked,
Right.
that were unranked or
Seated?
the sight unseen on.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the neutral numbering stuff just arranged it like this, so we just keep on watching stuff from the same seasons.
Right, yeah. It's just because it's all of the, whatever, 3.5 star versus the 3.7 or something. And they're in in chronological order. There's nothing we can do about that now.
Oh, you know what? You know what we should do?
What's up?
When we're doing the second round, we should look at the list and actually do a 5-star thing.
Oh, yeah. Do actual scoring. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
What am I looking for?
Even though it means that we're only scoring half of the list.
Yeah, but it's still.
we
it's
can
something.
do
Yeah.
we can do that, and that's also going to force us to potentially reevaluate things, because we're going to say, oh, this episode was 3 stars and this one was 3.5, and we're going to look at the list and be like, oh,
Why
we
is it
have
in
the
the top 10?
3.5-star thing lower than the 3-star.
Yeah, we'll have to figure it all out. Oh, good. Yeah. That's a great idea. I'm going to clip this. Hopefully, I'll remember to clip this later so that it'll be in our clips. And we can remember that this is the idea. It's a good one. Yeah,
I can't wait until we get to an episode where it's like, well, this is so much better than everything that we've said was 5 stars. This is a 6-star episode. Let's
Ooh,
break our
yeah.
scale.
We have to start over from scratch. Well, we'll switch to yeah, like a 10-point. All right, we'll switch to tomatoes. We'll have a tomato meter. But yeah, I think that's all I got tonight. If you have anything else you want to say to the internet before we're gonna rate out. I think Alex might still be on.
Trans rights.
Yes, trans rights. All right, human rights. Nope, she's not on anymore. Who else could be on right now to read? Thomas Miles Friday, Ponzi Lore. Okay, yeah. No raid tonight. That's good. Everybody's already off. So late for everybody else. So we're gonna say goodnight. I'll be back tomorrow.
We've been running longer streams recently.
Yeah. So I want to talk more about stuffed hams, cartoons, Simpsons, life. It's all happening. Yeah. Also, I think maybe because my wife is out of the country, so I don't talk to anybody outside of work at all. So maybe
so you're lonely.
I'm just lonely. I just want to talk to my friend, somebody.
Oh, that's good. I'm glad that I'm here to help.
Yeah. I think that's what it is. I think it coincides with that, or maybe it's because she's not home, so I don't feel like I need to end what we're doing because there's someone else in the house.
To spend time with your wife.
Yeah. Who knows? But I'm glad
which
you're
I
here.
think is very important to do.
Everybody spend time with your wives.
Mm-hmm.
But also spend time with your
it.
chat. If you got a chat in your life, spend time with them. Yeah. So we'll be back with you, Chad, next week. I'll be back in the next few, at least a few more days of this Simpsons song tournament thing. So I'm going to be on every
When are
day.
you going to Italy?
I'm leaving the island July 8th, but I'm going to go to Virginia for a week. So I think that Monday I might still stream if I'm still awake at midnight, 12:30 on the East Coast, which I almost always am when I go out there.
Mm-hmm.
But then, yeah, I'll be in Italy like the 17th to the 30th or so. 2 weeks. And I don't think we'll stream on those days. Probably. We'll see.
Wait, so on the 3rd, you said?
I'll be back on the 30th or the 31st, something like that.
31st of July.
Yeah. So
No, but when are you going?
the 8th.
Oh, the 8th. Okay.
Yeah.
For some reason, I thought you said the 3rd, and I was just like, that's 2 days after steamed hams.
Yeah, I'll be nice and full of steamed hams.
Yeah. It's like that should just be that week's thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, no, if
yeah.
uh
Oh yeah, I didn't think about that. Because Monday would be the 3rd, yeah. So
yeah.
I don't know what we're gonna do that Monday. We can try streaming. We'll see how we're feeling.
Yeah, I mean, like, we'll probably have time to watch. I mean, it's a 3-day weekend for me, and
yeah,
you're gonna have no wife.
it's true.
She's still out of the country, right?
So I'll have time to do it. So I'm down to do it. I know usually we've been skipping the day after, but I think that's because we usually do it on like Saturday or even Sunday sometimes.
Are we doing it on Saturday though?
Yeah, so maybe it's Sunday. Maybe it's like Sunday or Monday. I think it depends on. It always depends on the whenever the date.
Yeah, if it's a Sunday one, I know that we've skipped Monday recordings.
Yeah, so maybe that's what it is. But yeah, I'm down this year. We'll see how we're feeling at the end of the Steamed Hams Day. But
yeah, I think it's definitely going to be dependent on you because I do not plan to be there for 12 hours.
It's a long day. Yeah, it's a long day to watch the same joke over and over again.
That's the reason why I don't want to be there. It's not that I don't want to support,
right?
Because I am generally here for the whole thing.
Yeah,
every other year.
Yeah.
But it's like, oh God, I don't want to watch 12 hours of the same joke.
There's a lot of different takes on it, so it's not going to be exactly the same thing every time. But yeah, there's still a lot of overlap.
I feel like at a certain point, I am going to completely tune out and just start playing video games or something, and that feels like a disservice to the marathon.
mean, oftentimes we just talk over it, so we don't have to pay attention to a lot of them. I'm sure. If
Yeah.
they start to get boring, we're just gonna talk over it.
That's usually what happens at the beginning and the middle.
Yeah.
When it gets to the end, even if it's boring, we're still not talking because we're
That's
just
true.
like, oh god.
Yeah, we're so tired. We're just waiting, and I'll start doing the thing where I just narrate what I'm seeing on the screen, but then I get tired of doing that, so it's still just once every 5 minutes I'll say something that's happening on the screen. But it's not gonna be that long this time. That happens at like hour 16 or 17.
Yeah,
I think at hour
12
12.
hours is much less than
Yeah,
that.
at 12 hours I think we'll have energy.
Yeah, because the Hobbit marathon,
That was rough.
that was good for the first 9
Yeah,
hours.
that felt pretty good.
And we were still very active
Yeah.
for the 3 hours following that. It wasn't until sometime during Desolation of Smog where we're just like, oh god, this is not good.
Yeah, it's not good. I'm not feeling good. It's not a good time. But another thing is that I've been a lot more active on Twitch. I've got more internet friends now, so I think we'll have people dropping in, at least during the day,
Yeah.
a little bit more often.
That would be great.
in
Like,
chat.
hell, you should have like some of our frequent chat guests.
Yeah. So some of them can
Come
be on
on.
the stream with us. Why not? It's
Mhm.
very funny.
Also, have you reached out to McKenna?
No. Hey, Coward86. How's it going? Good morning. We're wrapping up. Have you watched The Simpsons? What's going on?
Who? What?
Coward86 said good morning. It's
Oh,
actually
okay.
nighttime for us here in Hawaii. We do have a Hawaii thing.
Eh, hello.
Stop saying Hawaii in there.
But yeah, I feel like McKenna is
Yeah,
a
he's
big
Simpsons
steamed
guy.
hams
Oh
enthusiast.
yeah, he really is. I feel like he would do good. Yeah,
I don't know whether or not he would be a great guest, but I think that we should totally ask just because he's such a steamed hams
Oh,
enthusiast.
you were looking for
And
a
I think
morning show. Yeah, we're a nighttime. This is steamed hams after dark.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that you would be happy to have been asked.
Yeah, I'll talk to him. Yeah, we're gonna have our 12-hour long steamed hams charity stream Saturday, July 1st. Watching nothing but steamed hams, Simpsons videos, and raising money for the Hawaii Food Bank. So yeah, as many friends as we can have on for that. Why not? That'd be a great idea.
The more the merrier.
Yeah.
It'll help the time go by.
Yeah, Karen, how are you doing? Where are you from? Where it's morning? Can you be? What time zone are you in?
I'm gonna guess somewhere in Europe.
Yeah, I gotta be Europe somewhere. Yeah, 'cause my wife's in Italy and she's just now getting up and texting stuff.
Having a nice leisurely morning.
Yeah,
It's a 8:45 p.m.
yeah. So
in Hawaii.
we're gonna have to. We're starting to wrap up the stream, going a bit, and from Norway. That's cool.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. The Simpsons big in Norway. We're all about the Simpsons here. You can tell. Got Bart Simpson
That
flying
is
in my
the
face.
current purpose of the stream.
Yeah.
Originally, we started as a Marvel thing, and then we transitioned to something else that we could watch on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
That there was a lot of.
A lot of we've got it. We've made a bracket. We've made a bracket of 508 episodes of the Simpsons. Oh, awesome! Because I'm always curious about how much the Simpsons have a influence in people's lives. And so it's good to see that it's happening overseas as well.
But yeah, it is almost 9 p.m. and I am hungry. So
No, we don't. We
I
don't.
will be
oh,
seeing
yeah.
you.
Good night, Chad. Good to see you. Thank you for joining tonight. Good to see you. See you next week. And bye. Yeah. So stream Disney Plus. We can't stream Disney Plus like on Twitch. No, we just talk about the episodes here. But I'm going on YouTube and watching steamed hand videos like we're gonna do on July 1st. That's gonna be. I think we'll be able to get away with that since all that stuff's all on YouTube. But yeah, we're not able to show full episodes of The Simpsons as much as I would like to. There are people that do. I've seen it. I think there's a channel called Daily Simpsons where they only actually do it once a week, but they will stream some Simpsons. Yeah. I'll show you the bracket I've got. Where is it? Hold on. Oh, not that bad. This window. Yeah, because we made a bracket of 500 episodes of the 508 episodes of The Simpsons. Every episode of The Simpsons from the first 23 seasons. And we're just going through. We're ranking them. We're watching every week. We're watching and talking about 2 episodes. And so it's going to take to get through all 508 episodes and go through the bracket all the way. It's going to take us about 10 years. It's a 10-year-long project of talking about The Simpsons every week. Yeah. So, we're 24 weeks in, about a quarter, half a year. Yeah, that's right. It's June. Half a year of talking about The Simpsons every week. But yeah, that's what we do. We do the, let's see, let me turn this off. Wear a Santa hat? So my sister-in-law knitted the Santa hat. Anyways, we're gonna raid out tonight. Tonight we were talking about 2 episodes of The Simpsons. We were talking about what were we talking about? We're talking about Lisa the Simpson and the Blue and the Gray, like a classic season 9 episode, where Lisa, she finds out that as she gets older, she's gonna become dumber because of the Simpson gene. It makes people stupid, like her brother and her dad. But it turns out that it's only on the Y chromosome, so it's only the boys. All the girls, they all end up normal. They're all very successful. So that's what Lisa the Simpson was about. And then the other episode we were talking about tonight was the Blue and the Gray, where it's Marge finds out she's got a gray hair, and all her hair goes gray, and she just goes with it and tries to live with life as a gray-haired woman, and is not successful. People are not supportive of that. So of the 2, we did say that Lisa the Simpson was the better episode. It's the episode we liked more. And I stand by it. Season 9 episode's generally better than a season 22 episode. But yeah, but thanks for coming to hanging out. Yeah, but thanks for coming. Stream and run, but like Chat was saying, it is getting late for us over here. Hope you're having a great morning, a great day in Norway. Good day going forward. We're gonna raid out to our friend Vaughn's Evil Lair. He's on. He's a really cool musician, totally cool, fun guy. I'm glad to have met you, and I hope I'll see you around. Yeah, have a good. How do you say good morning in Norwegian? I don't know. I know how to say it in Italian. It's buongiorno. I don't know Norwegian. Either way, I hope you have a good day, and I'll see you around. Thanks so much for hanging out. We'll see you at Vaughn's. Bye.